Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of CTS Biz Talk. Hope everyone is doing well, and thanks for joining us today. Today, we have a special guest, Blazej Sadowski. Welcome, Blazej.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi, everybody.
Hello, hello. So, Blazej, you've been with CTS for how long? It's been a
Oh,
while.
man. I think 6, 7 years,
6 and 7 years. It's been
something
a
like that. Yeah.
heck of a ride. So Blase, I'm not supposed to show favoritism, but I do. Blase is one of my strong persons on the team. Strongest, one of the strongest. Sorry
Oh,
about that. And awesome to work with. And today's topic we're going to talk about is technology trends for law firms. So one of our big vertical industries that we focus in is law firms, from smaller organizations from 4 or 5 person shops all the way up to 100 plus. So Blase is our, I like to call him our resident legal IT strategist expert, and that's why I definitely want to bring him in. So
yeah. Please don't come to me with any legal advice, because I probably steer you the wrong way.
we'll stay away from that, and we'll just talk about the tech side of the legal world. So, but thanks again for joining us. So hopefully it's a good conversation, and we can teach some attorneys out there and law firms some trends and what they should be looking out for. So, with all your experience over the years in managing all the law firms with our team, what are the biggest things that you're seeing with the law firms today from a tech perspective?
The tech perspective. Obviously, currently, pretty much AI is taking over the world. As I'll probably all tell. I think another thing would be security. Security in the last maybe even 3 years has shot up to be maybe even the most important thing to implement into your infrastructure, into your law firm business. So that's a big thing. But I always kind of like to start out these things with you got to make sure that you get your infrastructure right, to begin with, when dealing with anything with technology, no matter what vertical you're in. I know that, especially for law firms, time is money, right? So
Absolutely. If they're not billing,
if you're not
we got
billing, you're not.
problems.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I would just start with just making sure your internet is all, you have a SD-WAN set up. Make sure everything's have two concurrent internet connections going on at the same time. Stay up. I mean, if as long as you have internet connection, you could communicate with the world. You're probably making money, right? So
Yeah.
that's how it all
So,
goes.
and so for those non-technical people, what is SD-WAN? Essentially, what does it do?
So essentially, it'll take two internet connections, blend them together, give you the most stable connection that you could possibly get. Let's say one goes down, the other one takes over, vice versa. So it's your failover, it's your fail safe to fall back on.
Yeah. And so why would someone, so say I've got a firewall. This is
Yeah.
good time, right? I have a firewall. I can have two internet connections in. Why do I need an SD-WAN? I'll throw you on the
Essentially,
spot. I like it.
yeah, a little bit, yeah.
So people ask me that
Yeah.
question all the time, and that's why I'm like, and I've explained it. And so what I always tell them is, before you get to that firewall where it just basically
Yeah.
distributes the internet throughout the entire organization, and SD-WAN is before that. So
Right.
because it's blended, you never lose the connectivity. It's
Right.
totally transparent.
Exactly. And we've seen a lot of issues where clients have what's called a brownout. So it doesn't completely go down, but it loses that split second connection,
Yeah,
and it takes everybody down, and causes everybody to lose focus. You lose the ability to even save some stuff if you're a cloud-based organization. So that's the big thing, right? So you don't want any of that to happen, period. So
yeah.
I mean, that's a good start. I mean, like you said, even upgrading just your firewall, your switches, and computers. I mean, coming up with the new Windows 11 upgrades that are supposed to be happening in what is it, October of this year.
October. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you don't want any of your lawyers, your paralegals, anybody to kind of be down on technology. I mean, this day and age is everything revolves around it. Gone are the days of doing a lot of paperwork, right? I mean, I
Yeah.
bet there's some lawyers out there that still do, and I'm surprised
Absolutely, they
not
do.
a lot of lawyers have that set up as as those traders do with 6 monitors, 9 monitors, have papers
Absolutely.
up on their thing. But all that's very important. So as long as you have a good base in your law firm, I think that's a good start, set up
Yeah,
for success, right?
100%. So just to touch base on the SD-WAN piece again, we have several attorneys that are doing Zoom calls and team
Mm-hmm.
calls with the
Yep.
courts. And if you have a single failover with an internet and it has to flip over and you lose that connectivity, same if you're on a phone call, it will drop the call essentially. So that's why that
Exactly.
SD-WAN is important. And the
Right.
touch base on and this is a whole nother podcast I plan on doing. If you want to join, let me know. But there's a term in our industry called technical debt. And that's
Oh,
like I could talk for hours on that. And that's basically organizations, and we've seen it with our clients and incoming clients where, like you said, they've got older firewalls or switches. And when you have this this technical debt that's out there, it is prohibiting and throttling your business productivity.
yeah.
And like we're getting switches for like, I mean, switches are like they're cheap, a couple $100, right? Firewalls just a few $100. And so it is important, going back to your infrastructure comment, to replace that stuff way before you have to when it breaks. So
Exactly. I mean, nowadays you get so much more insight with all this new technology that it makes your IT team. I guess it allows them to see more, allows them to kind of pinpoint what's going on a lot faster than we were able to 5 years ago, maybe. You know what I mean? So
100%. Yeah, and of course, we for our listeners, we are totally solution agnostic. There, you want to touch base on like what we're doing with Unify to see that visibility within the network. Like this is stuff that's awesome stuff for
yeah,
us.
I mean, I can praise Unify because it's awesome, and I mean,
Yeah,
Unify in itself helped us determine you know, latency issues for clients. That's a big thing. A lot of complaints about internet in and outs or slowness, things like that. It helped us show all that. So nice little graphs. Everybody loves pictures, right?
we do.
So I mean, it just makes life easier for everybody. So I mean, if your IT can get you up in pretty quick, I mean that's a no-brainer, right? So give them the tools to be able to do their job right. I mean, yeah, a financial hit is a financial hit. I mean, it is what it is, but staying up to date is probably be more beneficial in the long run than not, right? Than patching over
100%.
broken things. So, I mean, we
Yeah.
could probably preach on that all day long.
Oh yeah, we could talk for hours. So let's wrap up infrastructure. So hardware, software life cycles. Make sure you're replacing desktops on a regular basis. I think we're
Yes,
doing desktops every 4 to 5 years.
5 years.
Laptops typically like what, 3, 4 years, maybe
I,
less.
I mean, they've been actually a lot better than the desktops recently, so
Yeah,
they're probably around that time. Yeah,
run time
for a little
same.
bit long. Yeah.
So network infrastructure like switches, firewalls. What are we thinking? Like 6, 7, 8 years kind of thing.
I would say so. I mean,
Okay.
I've seen that it's been a long time before how these companies do is they'll first take it off the market, and then after they stop selling that individual product, you have maybe 3 years after that before they
Yeah.
stop applying security patches. So,
Got it.
so yeah, I would say probably 6, 7 years, something like
Got
that.
it. And then the other piece, I guess, from a hardware perspective would be servers. What are we typically doing for servers from a hardware refresh perspective?
I mean, if we need to replace it, we'll replace it. If we, if it's still a good base, a good some set of hardware, CPU, motherboard is still good, we can, do upgrade the SSDs,
Mhm.
upgrade a little bit more RAM if it, if the, if it's still good.
Got it.
Majority of the times, 7, 8 years, you're looking
Okay.
at maybe a new server entirely.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool. So that's infrastructure. What was the
that
second
is.
point I think you had? Was it cybersecurity overall?
Yeah, we could touch on cybersecurity. I mean,
What are you seeing
it's
from a legal
obviously
perspective?
big topic, right? So, I mean, how a lot of these conversations start up about cybersecurity is you're looking for insurance, right? Insurance companies nowadays, they're not so light on what you need to be using to protect your entire business. So, um, you first have to start with sorry, I apologize.
No, it's okay.
So,
Okay.
yes.
We're live. This is fun,
Yeah, I
right?
know. There's some chaos happening back there. Um, But yeah, no, they ask you to make sure that you have an EDR in place, right? So your
What's
beefier antivirus.
what's EDR?
So your endpoint detection software. So it puts its teeth into your computer, scans everything and anything that happens inside of your computer. Even if you plug in a USB, it'll scan that USB and make sure everything is a-okay.
Mhm.
And then next step above that is having an MXDR and a SOC. So MXDR is your managed DDR plus whatever else that that particular company offers. But your SOC, your security team, we work with a company called Highwire. They monitor anything that happens within the EDR, anything it notices. We put MXDR agents on your server, on your computers as well. So they ingest all that information. Um, and they have a whole sophisticated AI system that follows trends, whatnot. So there's a whole team behind us even looking at your security. So that's the big next step. That's a big thing. I was just speaking with our hire partners about another client, um, and they mentioned that if you're not dealing with a threat within 8 minutes, your information most likely is maybe even compromised at that point.
That's fast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Luckily, who we deal with, their system can detect within 3 minutes. So within that time, we can be notified to either shut down whatever we need to, be on site. They could even do it from their end. So security has become a big focal point. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't do without it. You cannot run a business without any security.
Yeah. And so, I mean, some of our legal clients can't name names, really can't get into specifics, but they have very sensitive information.
100%.
I mean, from SSNs, from tax returns, if they're dealing with divorce, full asset records, I mean, like everything. So that's where I sleep better at night, knowing that we have that partner with the Security Operations Center, a
Yep.
SOC, because they are constantly watching both the endpoints. An endpoint is a computer or laptop. They're watching the servers. They're watching your cloud-based solution. So if you're, I mean, everyone probably listen has a Microsoft account, right? They're
Yep.
hosting their email, their SharePoint, potentially their OneDrive, everything, as well as the network, because
Yep.
Highwire plugs into the switches,
Everything.
the firewall. So in the event that there's anything that looks suspicious, smells weird, it's not jiving, it literally shuts down that process or that attack. And
100%.
like you said, if you're not doing it within 8 minutes, you're done. And so it is super critical. And I get it. Like you and I both have this conversation with clients. Like we know we need multiple protection layers for all the different various vectors that could attack us,
Yeah.
from phishing to brute force, whatever it may be. And it's a big investment, but it is absolutely a requirement now in today's day and age. So I think that's the big lesson for me, and it helps me sleep at night as well as the clients, that there's 24/7 protection of the entire ecosystem of all your data. So
honestly, speaking of sleeping, I mean, how many times has Highwire called you in the middle of the night saying that they've seen something? You know what I mean? So even
too many times.
Even though you don't see anything happening with the
Yeah.
security stuff, a lot of stuff is happening on the back end.
100%. Yeah.
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 I mean, not only antivirus agents or EDR agents installed, but you also got to look into encryption, especially on emails.
Yes.
Being in law firms, sending out unencrypted sensitive information is a huge no-no. Let's be honest.
And it still happens, unfortunately.
It happens all the time. All the time. Obviously, I'm not sure if you're a Microsoft shop or they have their own encryption installed, but there's a few other third-party I guess vendors that would set that up. It's like a little add-on that adds onto your Outlook or whatever other email app that you use. So
yeah, that is a huge misconception that email is secure.
Right.
It is.
Yeah.
It is in no way secure. So if you are sending a PDF of someone's tax returns with their SSN or settlement statements or whatever it may be from a legal perspective, like, it's not secure. You have to send it in an encrypted fashion. So
I do.
And again,
yeah. Yeah, go ahead. I'm
It's
sorry.
easy. It is
Yeah, it
super
is.
easy to use. For the recipient, it is easy to use. I mean, basically, people are like, well, oh, is there stuff that, the end users or my clients? No, 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 no. They get an email saying, Frank and Blazej sent you a secure email. You click on it, you validate who you are, and you're able to read all those secure messages and attachments in a web browser.
Yeah.
And that is the data is both encrypted in the transmission as well as at rest when you're doing that kind of stuff. So good stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, and then also even just touched another point on email encryption. I love telling this story, or even email phishing. Love telling this story. I think it was last summer. We had one of our clients give me a call on a Saturday, freaking out that he thinks that somebody hacked his email, and I'm like, okay, like let's take a peek. So what this bad actor did, somehow, some way, got into the person's email, interjected themselves in a conversation. A $750,000 deal. They were this close. They were one email away from getting that money wired over to them. Luckily, the person called us. I took a peek. I said, "Yeah, this does look like somebody interjected themselves." He calls the other person on the other end of the deal. They're like, "I haven't heard from you from like 3 weeks, something like that." So for three
Yeah,
weeks, he's been communicated with somebody that's trying to steal all,
correct.
steal the money. I mean, you can't be too safe nowadays. I mean, if
Correct.
something looks fishy, let your IT people know. Have them take a peek. If not, just pick up the phone, call the person at the other end. Be like, "Hey, was this you?" 2-second phone call will save you almost $1 million. That's a no-brainer, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah. And to touch point on that, I preach this more than I probably should, and everyone's sick and tired of hearing from me. It is called security awareness training. It is
yeah,
super important for constant, ongoing, continuous training of all employees and contractors to work for you. It is not a lot of money. I think we charge like $2 or $3 a month per
yeah,
person. It is the best insurance policy an organization could spend. And it's
yes,
I think I did a previous podcast on it, but like it's not like I'm signing you up for 2 hours. It's not like you're taking like a driver's dum-dum course because you got a speeding ticket and you have to sit there for four
yeah,
hours. I mean, the videos are quick, they're informative. Sometimes they're only like 2, 3, 4, maybe
yeah,
10 minutes. And then, you're constantly testing your employees on one or two fake emails a month, right? And
right,
and you're and that's it. If they click on it, cool. We know that we have a problem, and this person could easily be duped, and that's the purpose of stopping that. So
exactly.
love security awareness training. Clients don't like
Me
it,
too.
but like it is super important. So yeah. Um, what was the other thing that we wanted to talk
AI,
about?
AI
AI.
is the big topic on
Yes.
everybody's
How are we
radar, huh?
doing with this with clients, and how are you focusing on this?
So I mean, internally we started using Copilot, right? Trying to see how that works, and because not only is everybody else learning, we're learning too, right? This is something new for everybody, so we're trying to stay ahead of the curve and be able to assist our clients. So I mean, we've been trying to see the ins and outs of Copilot, which has been great. I know we've been using ChatGPT as well, um, but it's really cool stuff, and it helps you with some of the mundane stuff. It helps you in my case, it's a lot easier for me to tell Copilot to go search for some information from a file that's dug somewhere, pops it
Yeah.
up in a few seconds, and it's great. So I can, if it works great for me, I'm going to assume it's going to work 10 times better for lawyers, right? Help draft documents, look for information. Um, I mean, what else? I mean, just help with just regular workflow.
It's legal research on steroids, right?
Yeah,
No
yeah,
longer
that
do I
too.
have to have an assistant or a paralegal or whomever on your team. Hey, go take a look into previous case files and what have we done with this in the past? And
Exactly.
what were court case results? And
Yeah.
you can bring that all in immediately, and it's amazing.
So much analytics come out of it.
Yes.
It's crazy. You can see, how many times you've seen a certain judge, and
Yeah. Yes.
helps you kind of see how they ruled. How many times, you can kind of just help compare and contrast between cases, right? So, I
Correct.
mean, it's huge. It's going to be huge. It is already huge. So if you're not on AI, I think you might be slightly behind on in the legal world. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely something to start taking a look into if you don't have it already. I think the next big thing within that is to have a software that has AI interjected with your workflow, I guess, with wherever your documents
So the
are stored.
document management system
Yeah,
yeah.
or even wherever you use your billing. I mean, I bet there's a bunch of analytics that can come out of that to assist you with cutting some corners, and so I guess that's the next big thing. Next
Yeah,
big thing.
that's
Yeah.
that's definitely some more to come. And so, like on my side, I work with a lot of the accounting firms,
Yeah.
and you're obviously with the accounting. And what I'm the conversations I'm having is the people, the big players in those specific fields, especially in the legal world, right? You got your LexisNexis, you've got World Docs, you got all these different vendors. Like those are your whoever you're using. I'm not trying to trying to push people for different document management systems or billing systems. There's tabs. There's tons of options out
Yeah.
there, but you need to be talking to your account managers and to see what their timeline is and what their run up looks like for implementing AI solutions
Yeah.
because they're gonna be your trusted partner. We'll obviously piggyback with them from Copilot or ChatGPT or whatever it may be from the infrastructure, the data storage, but the workflows I think can be super powerful
Yes.
on their end.
Yeah.
And maybe if they're like, yeah, this is not our jam. We don't have any kind of plans for AI. Maybe it's time to start looking at a different solution.
Exactly.
Because for us internally at CTS, like we were using the same ticketing project management system for how many years we used that? Not
I
gonna
mean,
name names.
way even before I started.
Like
So.
years, right? We were using
Yeah.
Autotask. I'll say the name, right? And they didn't keep up with the times. Like
No.
the user interface hasn't changed in I think a decade, right? The workflows haven't changed. Like there's nothing. And so a couple 3-4 months ago, we finally onboarded with SuperOps, which is our ticketing system, and like the AI and technology behind it is amazing.
It's awesome.
Like if a client cuts a ticket and says, "I've got problem ABC," our techs are presented like, "Hey, we've seen this. Here's your solution."
Yeah.
And so when you're doing an onboarding, so I'll say I'm a law firm, right? And I'm doing the onboarding process of a new case, maybe a current, previous client, whatever it may be, and it could say in many ways like, "We've seen cases like this. Here's best practices, and can I help you put that together?" Like
Yeah.
that's no brainers, man. Like
Yeah, it
so,
really is.
yes, yeah. So
I mean, I
good
guess
stuff.
yeah, it is. I mean, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but you also have to kind of just take it with a grain of salt as well, right? So AI is still learning just as much as we're learning. So make sure to double check your work, right?
Yeah,
You don't want to show up
100%.
to court and you're looking like a dum dum because the AI
Yep.
wrote something that wasn't supposed to.
Correct. So it's funny you say that. So what I'm using is like after we finish this podcast, I'm being honest with you, I'm sick and tired of creating these catchy little descriptions to throw
Yeah.
on Spotify and YouTube. And I'll take Copilot. Like I just completed this discussion with technology needs for law firms with Blazej. Give me a 2-paragraph description, and
Yeah.
it comes back to I call it computer ease. Right? It's a different
Yeah.
language. It's not frank. The cool thing about Copilot is it knows how frank myself, I shouldn't
Yeah.
talk myself in third person, how I write, my vocabulary and all that stuff, which is awesome. But then I take that and that gets me 80% of the way. And then I put my little flair to it. And so it's not going to be 100%,
Never.
replacement. I met with a client a week ago. He's like, yeah, I'm looking to reduce staff. I'm like, okay, that's a cool conversation. Let me have that conversation with you. I'm like, what are you looking at? He's like, I want to like literally get rid of half my staff because I think the workflows and the AI around that can do it. And this was specifically around lead generation and sales.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
there's tons of solutions out there that will literally you plug into your LinkedIn and it will start sending out invites and have conversations with people. Um,
That's awesome.
Cool. I
Yeah.
think that is really cool stuff, but like there still has to be that human element, in my opinion.
100%.
And that's one thing that people should be aware of, especially in the legal world. So
Yeah. I mean, I would love to think that AI is not going to completely replace a person, because I feel like you do need to have a human element. You're 100% hit the nail
Yeah.
on the head with that one.
Yeah. So cool. All right. Well, this was a great conversation. Any other last words or a little knowledge nuggets you'd like to share with the people? I like that.
No, it should be its own segment, right? Knowledge nuggets.
I know. I heard this a couple of months ago. I'm like, I'm gonna start using that. At first, it's a tongue twister for me, but it is what it is. So.
Um, to be quite honest, I have nothing new to.
Okay.
No little nuggets. I don't have anything crazy. I know last time I was on here, I came up with some crazy uh, quantum computing.
You did.
Keep looking into it. It's getting more and more wild.
It is.
So,
it is.
but no, this time around, I haven't heard anything crazy.
Okay.
But...
No, that's fine. Nothing good. So, well, Blazej, thank you very much for your time. I know you're a busy guy, and I appreciate all the words of wisdom. So,
that was awesome. All right.
All right.
Frank. Bye.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining us. And if you enjoyed this and got anything else, please like and subscribe, and talk to you next time. Take care.